Okay guys, here we are back with our little Glock project here. This is a Gen 3, no Gen 2, excuse me, Gen 2 Model 22 40 caliber that we're going to do some work on. The biggest thing that I've done so far is the texture on this grip. It probably looks a bit funky to you, and that's because it's silicon carbide. It's not grip tape wrapped around it. It's actually silicon carbide, a mixture of 120 and 180 grit. Actually bonded to the frame itself, so it's not. I mean, it's pretty tough stuff. It's got a good grip texture. Like I said, I had to stop it here. We're going to put a magwell on it. We're also going to take the slide. We're going to cut front serrations on it. That's why I got the pretty writing there. We're going to paint it the H26, the Troy Industries, the FDE or Sage, or whatever the hell it is, that Troy color. And then we're going to Cerakote it, the whole thing. The slide, the frame, and the magwell will be Cerakoted, whatever that Troy color is. There's no guarantee that Cerakote's really going to stick to the silicon carbide. I know that it's been tried before without a whole lot of luck. And the customer's aware of that. I told him, I said, you know, it might stick, it might not. So if it doesn't, you know, if it starts flaking off, don't get mad at me. And he's acceptable. You know, he's accepted our terms. So we're going to do all that. The next time I pop the camera on, we're actually going to be at my buddy's shop there at Vulcan Machine Works, and him and I are going to get the slide in the middle, cut the serrations, get it prepped up, Cerakote it, bake it, and be done with that. I'll bring it back here. We'll put new sights on, some replacement parts. This is an old police turn-in gun, so we'll put new springs, things like that in it, and then give it back to the customer so he can go running and racing. Oh, another thing about it too, I did a quote undercut on it on the frame here too. It's not your typical undercut. All I did was really just knock off that stupid bump that was back here. He's got arthritis in his knuckles, so that was beating the shit out of him. And so I just knocked that off and made it real smooth for him, and did the best I could to make it look as smooth as possible. So that's it so far. Like I said, next time we turn the camera on, dude, we'll be over at Jeremy's shop there. So. Alright guys, welcome back to the shop. This is that SICK coating, the silicon carbide coating and everything else done for the customer. This is that Gen 3 Glock 40 police trade-in. Did the serrations, the slide serrations, showed you guys that when that was in the CNC mill, and then did the Cerakote. It turned out not as happy with this as I thought maybe it would turn out, but it's okay. We can work with it. I'll just know for next time how it ends up. Pretty good looking gun. Customer seems to be really happy with it so far, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, check out what we did next time. We also did the undercut on the gun, so yeah, that's the end result of all that work. Take care. So real quick, guys, I showed you the other one that we're doing the silicon carbide coating on. This is more or less what they look like before we actually start putting the coating on. The frame has to be roughed to get things to stick to them. So yeah, that's all there is to it. And when you rough this up, everybody has a different method, man. The laser engraver guys, they'll sand them down smooth before they do the laser engraving. Some of them will use the laser itself to wipe all of the stippling and everything else off of it. I actually just go at this with some pretty rough sandpaper, and then I have some of my stock making tools that are basically cabinet maker style files and stuff, and they're pretty rough, so I can really get deep gouges in there so that when I get the coating on here it actually sticks. And then obviously it has to be prepped out and acetone, take all the oils that you can get out of it. Some of these polymers just simply will not hold anything. Some stuff just will not stick to it, and there's products out there that are adhesion promoters is what they're called, that you can get stuff to stick. There's all kinds of tricks, man, but I just wanted to show you kind of what it looked like before the coating. I know I showed you a before and after, but this is like before I prepped it at all, and then just an after and it was already done. Well, this is kind of the in-between before the coating itself actually goes on. So, and yes, this is another gun I'm doing. This one's going to get all Gucci Glocked out too, and I'll probably show you the end product there on that one too. Yeah, guys, so here's that Gucci Glock. This was a 19X that they wanted the SICK coating put on the frame, and that's the only real custom thing that's on this gun. This is Zev slide, Zev barrel, stock internal parts except for the trigger shoe here, and I don't even remember the name brand of whoever did this trigger shoe, but it was all done for looks, man. Guy didn't care about any of the rest of it. He just wanted to look cool, and so that's what he got. Not my flavor, but to each their own. But yeah, that's kind of how that looks after. Then this is a pretty aggressive stippling. He wanted it a little more aggressive. So anyways, there you go.